In the episode number 62 of the A.S.A.P Tech News, we talk about Sapphire and their new all-in-one liquid CPU coolers, a new Lian Li case, the PC-O11 Dynamic EVO, Lexar announces its DDR5 RAM memory called A.S.A.P, and the Corsair DOMINATOR Platinum RGB DDR5 clocked at 6400 MHz. We start with Sapphire and their new all-in-one liquid CPU coolers called the NITRO Plus. Two models are launched right now, the NITRO Plus 360A and the NITRO Plus S240A. The only differences between these two CPU coolers is in the name and the radiator size. One has a 360mm radiator, while the other one has a simple 240mm radiator. Both coolers use 120mm fans that have a 13 impeller design and a double ball bearing system. In addition, these fans are fully RGB and compatible with all RGB software offered by the motherboard manufacturers. The fans have a minimum speed of 450 RPM and a maximum speed of 2500 RPM. The cooler uses a 7th gen A.S.A.P pump block assembly and standard radiators with sleeve tubing and rotating fittings on the pump and block side of the loop. The pump has a minimum speed of 800 RPM and a maximum speed of 2800 RPM. One unique design feature present on these CPU coolers is the design of the pump and CPU block assembly, which is meant to match the overall Sapphire graphics card look. Pricing and availability is not yet known, but it will be interesting to see how these coolers perform in the real world, especially against similarly priced and similarly designed A.S.A.P based CPU coolers. We continue with Lian Li and the new PC-O11 Dynamic EVO case. This model is based on the original PC-O11 Dynamic, however, it now allows the user to change the orientation of the motherboard. In simple terms, the interior of the case is modular and can be reversed if you desire a new orientation for your motherboard. This feature is nothing new, however, only a few cases have it, and those that do have it are part of the high-end segment of the market. The PC-O11 Dynamic EVO is available in 3 variants, and the differences between them being the color and RGB options. These are called Pure White, Modern Black and Harbor Grey. In terms of storage, the cases offer up to 11 2.5-inch drive slots, and that's it. All these drive mounts are placed around the case to not only help you hide them and cool them, but also to help with the cable management of the system. The base price of the PC-O11 Dynamic EVO is $150 US. However, there are plenty of accessories to choose for and buy. A vertical graphics card bracket, an I/O panel kit which adds more USB connectivity at the front of the case, and a metal mesh panels are just a couple of them. Next we have Lexar, which has announced their new DDR5 RAM memory called the A.S.A.P. This kit has a starting frequency of 4800 MHz, however, no words regarding the timings used with this frequency. The A.S.A.P DDR5 has an aluminum-made heatsink and a black and dark grey color combination with a sleek design. Other than this, there is not much to say about these RAM kits, as the information is limited to say the least. What I can say for sure is that these kits will be available in an RGB variant, as that's what the market demands these days, and no manufacturer will actively pursue the loss of profits with this one. And finally, Corsair has announced their new DDR5 Dominator Platinum RGB RAM kit, which has reached 6400 MHz. The Dominator Platinum RGB DDR5 and the Vengeance DDR5 kits are delivering higher frequency and are available in higher capacities than their DDR4 counterparts. As per usual, this type of memory frequency records are not followed by timings used and the voltages, but from what I have seen, DDR5 is set to work at higher frequency than DDR4 and deliver a better performance overall. Only time will tell if higher frequency kits will also make sense from a price perspective. In terms of the design, these RAM kits continue the overall design trend set by the previous DDR4 RAM kits, with an aluminum made heat spreader and plenty of RGB at the top, which is controlled by software. And this is the end of the episode number 62 of the A.S.A.P Tech News, one of the few tech news series which aims to deliver you the news as fast as possible for your convenience.